Recently I set up my Bobcat Miner about 3 days ago, and my guy here has had his Bobcat Miner up for how long now?
I think since January or February.
Those are now 4-5 months basically.
Yeah, I've had it for like most of this year so far.
Yeah, and you've definitely had certain experiences, interesting experiences with it.
Which is why I want to see like maybe your experiences to see if they lock in with the same experiences that I had in the earlier stages with me setting it up. So yeah, man, I'm really curious.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe let me start out by describing my process to setting mine up, and then you can also talk about yours, right?
Or maybe explain, let's start with how you got it, when you ordered it, and how long you had to wait to get it. And did Bobcat hit their targets of how many weeks did they say it was gonna take?
At first they said 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
And then they added on top of that.
So how long did it take for you to get yours?
9 months.
9 months.
9 months. So I ordered my miner in September. I was very hopeful. They said 12 weeks. I was like, I can be patient. 3 months, it's not much.
Light work.
3 months go by and they send me an email telling me, oh, there's been a lot of backlog, and they said it's going to take another 12 weeks before they can deliver it. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Now waiting another 3 months for this.
Yeah.
I waited 3 months, and some change. Like I reached a point whereby I wasn't even checking. Like I was just like, it will arrive when it will arrive, right? And then I received this email saying, oh, my Bobcat has arrived. Now there are challenges that I faced because I ordered directly to Kenya.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The main challenge, the first and major challenge was customs.
Yeah.
Custom taxes. Customs duty. Is it duty taxes? Same thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was supposed to pay. They first.
Did you know prior how much you're going to pay, or it was just a shock?
No, it was just a shock.
Okay.
It was just a shock. So when it arrived, first that made me excited. I was like, okay, I'm paying. But then Bobcat was like, oh, we priced it. We showed that the price is $90 and it's a router. So I was like, okay, that will definitely reduce my taxes, knowing that the price I'd got was like $500 approximately.
Yeah.
On getting here, apparently the guys at the customs offices, they reworked the price, right? They re-estimated the price and said it's like $400.
Yeah.
So they pushed also my customs taxes to a higher amount. They were saying I should pay 16,000 Kenya shillings, which is.
Do you think they probably just Googled it? Like just Google the device and see how much it is, and they're just like, yo, this thing.
I actually not thought about that.
Yeah.
Which is very possible. Like, why not? Why not?
Why not? Just Google it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they told me $160. I had paid now that first fee that I had received, the first taxes that I was given for the $90 router. Yeah. Now they sent me an invoice saying this you owe 7,000 something, a balance, and I was like, I didn't plan for this.
Yeah.
Right. So I just needed some time. So they told me I have 21 days to pay.
Yeah. Who told you that?
This was now
customs
UPS.
Or Okay.
UPS, because I don't talk to customs directly. It's UPS that talks to them, and then they talk back to me. So I spoke to the UPS guys. They were like, you have 21 days to pay. I was like, cool. Now they started emailing the Bobcat guys saying the payment is overdue because you're given a certain time period to pay. But then it's just protocol. For me, they had added me 21 days, but it's protocol for them to reach out to the person who shipped it out, telling them, oh, there's a customs tax, there's a balance that hasn't been paid. So I feel like when they started receiving those emails, they just kind of buckled under the pressure
and
decided to pay for me the balance of my taxes.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to spend 6,000 something Kenya shillings
on taxes, like $60.
Yeah, and then they paid the 70 something extra.
Oh, shout out to Bobcat, man.
I swear.
Even though the network is acting a bit fishy, at least you came through for this crab.
Active. Yeah, so how about you though? What was your experience shipping in?
Okay, so I remember I wanted to order mine in June last year, right? And it was either May or June. That's when I wanted to order mine. But then I remember I went back and forth whether to buy it or not, because that time in Kenya there were no miners at all. So you like check on the map, there was like 0 miners. So I remember it was like reading up on it, and like the miners have to communicate with each other, and if you're literally like a lone wolf, you're not going to get any rewards because there's going to be no miners that you're interacting with. So, but I really wanted to get it. So now, what I did was, I started chatting with guys on Reddit and Twitter, just interacting with guys that are in the space in the US and in different locations, just to find out like their experiences and other people in like remote areas on their experience with like less miners. So I remember there was something that people kept on telling me. They were like, if there are no miners in your area, then you're going to have to create the network yourself. So that means you're going to buy like maybe 5 miners and then set them up yourself so that those 5 miners can interact.
Witness with each other.
With each other, pretty much. So I was like, I can't buy 5 miners. And that pretty much kind of threw me off. So I remember I waited for like a month. I was like pretty much like Mark Timon, and I really wanted the miner. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get the miner. Whatever happens, happens. I was on the hope that other people are also going to buy a miner. And I remember I started talking with some of my friends. I forgotten, I don't remember if I told you about it as well around that time. But I was just telling like guys, like, hey, yo guys, is this opportunity, blah, blah. If you want to get one, I'm planning
I think that's how I found out. You told me. You're like, yo, there's this miner I've got. Yeah.
So after a month of Mark time, and I just decided, I was like, you know what? Let me just buy it. Let me just get it. And I ordered it. I waited. I got tired of waiting. So for me, I didn't like ship mine directly to Kenya. Right? I have a US address. So I had it shipped to the US. So, but then now prior to it arriving in the US, I remember I saw some tweets on Twitter saying that someone ordered, like, let's say, an EU miner, and then they ended up getting like a US miner, right? So I was like, yo, I might pretty much go through the same thing, because now I've waited. I was like, imagine going through waiting all these months. You've ordered for an EU miner, and then you end up getting like
the US one,
US,
and it can't function here.
And you can't function here. So that was really something to think about. But then now, when I kept, and it wasn't like one person. I saw like 6 people complaining about this. I was like, nah, let me email these guys. And I remember guys saying that, hey, Bobcat doesn't reply. I was like, you know what? Let me just email them
for myself.
And email them, and then let me see what they're gonna say. So I emailed them. I was like, hey, yo, guys, I ordered an EU miner. It's being shipped to the US, and I still want my EU miner. Please don't change my order. I ordered the right miner. I want an EU miner. So they got back to me, I think after like 3-4 days. And they were like, okay, fine. And then like 2 weeks, no, not 2 weeks, I think it was like a month, 3 to 4 weeks before my miner was shipped, they sent me an email with a form to fill in which frequency that I wanted. So I filled the form out. I said I wanted an EU miner again, blah, blah. I was like, please don't change the order. And yeah, like clockwork, it was delivered to the
address,
to the US address. And then it took like 3 weeks to get to Kenya. And yeah, I got it. And I was really excited because like I'd seen so many stories of guys not getting their miners, I don't know, being lost, not getting the right miners. So just for the fact that
it arrived
safely and it was the right frequency, I was really happy about that. Yeah.
Speaking of frequencies, I know we're kind of jumping the gun even now. I ordered an antenna, right? So the miner comes with, and if you haven't watched the setup video or the unboxing video, just go back. It's probably dropped before you're watching this video, a day before. Just go check it out. But basically, it comes with an antenna. It comes the miner itself, a charger, and a pin as well for the Bluetooth button.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it, right? So I had to order an antenna because if you want to reach more people and you're not in a like very populated place in terms of like the miners, you need like a stronger antenna. So just from your situation of the US, them asking you, like going through a situation of, oh, you received the wrong frequency.
Yeah.
When I ordered my antenna, they emailed me as well. They were like, it's in the US, because I was sending to your address, right?
Yeah.
It's in the US. Are you sure this is the right frequency? I was like, boss.
Calm down.
Calm down.
This is what I ordered. Just give me what I ordered.
Exactly what I want, please. So that was crazy. If I didn't see that email, but then they were like, they would call me in 48 hours. If I don't see a reply, they call the number on, and it's your number, the US address. Like, crazy. So watch your emails when you order. Be watching your emails. But yeah, okay. So now you've set up your miner. It has actually turned. I think it's now yellow. Right? Sometimes it does that, right?
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I wanted to ask because, like, for me, I think I was really excited when I had it. As soon as I received it, I unboxed it immediately, real quick, like a kid on Christmas. I opened it real quick. I pulled it out. I connected the thing. I was like, "There's no time to waste. I've already waited like 8 months, 9 months. I don't know. I ain't wasting that money. I need to make some cash. I need to
make that shit back.
Yeah, I wanna see myself on the network. You know." I was like, no time to waste. I connected it real quick with the stock antenna because I didn't even have like
proper
like another antenna. So I literally set it up in my room and put the antenna on a table right there, which was really not the ideal location. I knew that, but I was like, you're
just excited. You just want to see it
active, you know? Yes. How did you go through that process?
Yeah. So I set up, right? I said, let me set up. After I unboxed it, I set it up. Then it did the whole. It has is it 3? Red, yellow, green. It has 4. Yeah. 4 lights, right?
It's like a white one there as well. Whitish,
a white one.
Blue.
Yeah, I think it's blue. The blue is the Bluetooth one, right?
No, there's a white one as well then.
I haven't seen the white one. Okay. Right? For me it was 4 lights, right? The red one because it's rebooting.
Yeah.
And then the yellow one, which shows it's now finished the reboot, but it hasn't been connected to Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Right? And then the blue when you click from the back.
Bluetooth, yeah.
So when I first connected it, I went through the red, it went to yellow. I was like, oh shit, it's coming. And then it just stayed at yellow. Right? I pressed with the button, the Bluetooth button. Then it was telling me, when I go to the app, it was telling me, oh, the miner is still restarting. Yeah. It must be due to an OTA update. For those who don't know what OTA is, it's like over the air.
Okay.
And it's the way like companies send you software updates or firmware updates or data, right? So I was freaking out. I was like, yo, Sty didn't tell me about this. Because you hadn't told me about that. I feel maybe you had mentioned it takes time.
Yeah.
But then me in my mind, I hadn't gone through that process. I hadn't heard about it. So I was panicking a bit. I was like, yo, so what the fuck is going on? So I tried, bro. I tried for like 2-3 hours.
Like, tried what?
Like, I kept going
like
behind.
I get the
Bluetooth. Then I go into the Boba app.
Yeah.
I go to the Helium app. I try. It keeps telling me it couldn't even find my location, bro.
Yeah.
At first, like sometimes it would find it, then it didn't find it. It didn't have like an accurate location, right? So it would refuse to find my location, and then it wouldn't. It was failing to onboard, right? So it did like that for like 2-3 hours, bro. I was seated. I wasn't even productive. All that I was just there, sad, man. I was sad. So
because you just wanted to work.
I just wanted it to work. I just wanted to see the green light. Because that's what for me is proof. Like it's now.
I don't know why when you said green light, I just remembered that green light, red light.
Oh, that's what was it called? Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Game.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
but I was just now when I was almost giving up, right? Giving up for a bit. I was let me just try one last time.
Yeah.
After like 2-3 hours, that's when I did the Bluetooth thing. Then I came. Then it got the location. I was like, okay, this is promising. But my hopes were not like I wasn't very hopeful because I had been through that emotion like for 2-3 hours. I was good, and when I clicked the Bluetooth and then I went to the Boba app, then it asked me to. There's a button. I don't remember what it said, but then you'll see it in the video when you're checking out the unboxing setup video. So when I clicked on that, it started onboarding, and it just showed. Yeah, bro, I lost my shit.
Yeah, that competitive, like,
yo, Crazy. I was so excited, man. And then, on that day, it didn't go into relay mode. Yeah. I don't know if yours did that. Did yours go into relay mode that same day that it went active?
Did it? No, it didn't. It took...
Mine went on the next day. I woke up and it was in relay mode. I was like...
Yeah. It didn't go immediately. But then relay mode also is... I feel like, they've changed the whatever. Like, that doesn't really matter anymore. Because of the new updates and all that type of stuff. Because I remember when firstly, mine was yellow for like the whole day. It went green like the next day.
Bruh.
But then like...
I don't know, I would have been so frustrated.
From my research, I was even seeing like some guys, like it took 2 days for it to like turn green. Yeah. So yours like a few hours. That means you're pretty lucky, man.
Bruh.
Mine took a whole day. The next day, that's when it was green. I woke up in the morning, came to people, and it's like, hi, and it was green. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Just be celebrating.
I went online, checked how much I made. 0.
Trust, I know that struggle. It's like I just keep checking. Witnesses 0. Earnings 0.
Refresh
0.
Like, yo, bro. And I remember, at least you haven't even gone through that port forwarding madness.
Now that's when I click on the relay button, it talks about ports, right? It now talks about the 44158 port.
Yeah.
Now
you've even memorized it.
Bro, I had to. This is the life I'm living, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, I want to contact my internet provider to see what's up, right? Whether that port can be opened, or because your experience, you've been through this, I didn't even.
I tried doing that for like a month, and I failed. Until I just gave up. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to stay in relay mode. And I remember until I got like another internet service provider, but then they don't provide it as well. They were like, you need to buy like a business package, which is like $20K, around like $200 for you to be able to do port forwarding per month. Which, honestly speaking, I'd be willing to do it for Helium, but I wasn't feeling like it was a sane decision, considering the turmoil that I'd gone through with even just setting it up, seeing no rewards, buying all these antennas, with still seeing no rewards, and then now I should get out of relay mode in the hopes of making $1 or $2. It just wasn't adding up in my head. So I eventually just gave up. I was just like, you know what, fuck it.
It's cool.
I'm gonna stay in relay mode. And literally after I said that, like a month and a half later, that's when they announced that they're going to remove
the
relay whatever. So now even on the map, I know like you, it shows active, right? At first it used to say online, and then it says if you are in relay mode or not.
Yeah, but it's not showing.
It doesn't show that. It just says
but then
active.
it shows in mobile, like I was telling you.
It shows
in the
mobile
app. Yeah, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. It shows online. Let me actually just show you that. For them, they'll see it in the.
Okay.
Crazy, man. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so it shows relayed. Yeah. So messages I've been receiving, bro. Now we're even going to talk about this. So over the past 2 days, right, I've been receiving these messages, right, that are saying failed to get an error detected in your hotspot, right? Failed to get peer book. Did you receive that? Did you ever see that?
Like recently or when I was setting up?
Like when you was, because mine has been set up now 3 days, but this has been over the last 2 days.
I've never seen that before.
Crazy, right?
I guess that's unique to you.
Yeah, it's a problem. But yeah, I've been trying to Google. I've been trying to find out like what it means.
Have you found like what it means online?
Not really. Like even in Reddit, like people don't really know what it means.
But some people are experiencing it.
Yeah. People are experiencing it.
At least you're not alone.
And this is like but the thing I'm saying, like from 2 months ago, I'm like, how are they doing now? That's why I'm asking myself, like, where is that update?
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening. But yeah, the last message came in today morning.
Do you think it would be dope if the Helium network, like if it had like a chat feature,
Yeah.
to allow people to like interact with each other on the network. So like maybe
Like when you open the map, right there.
Yeah, you can chat with. I guess maybe they would have to accept you as a friend to allow you maybe to communicate.
That's actually a good idea.
Because I feel like it would really help each other out, especially with guys maybe that are uninformed, and because it's got like a crazy learning curve. Like you have to learn all this stuff about cables, about antennas, about the direction. I don't know. Like there's a lot to like figure out. And I feel like if there's someone in your area but you don't know them because
there's no way
to connect. Yeah, if you could just like interact with them, but maybe it's for security reasons or
maybe there's a reason why they do it like that.
Yeah, probably for security.
Yeah, but still, I'm sure there's a way they can figure it out. You niggas have a high valuation right now, the highest you've ever had. Yeah. So I'm sure security, you can figure out a way around that. But that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out that failed to, or what, peer book. I'm really like, it's frustrating because I've not had it from you. So me in my mind, when I was working through this, I was thinking, whatever I'm going through, so I was probably going through. But when I saw a failed peer book, I was like, I've never heard of this.
No, I've never gone through that one.
Exactly.
That one's unique to you.
Unique, man.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling it's probably due to maybe, did you ever turn off your internet or your power since you connected it? When you connected it, did it ever go off? Other than, of course, electricity wise.
Like turning it off purposely? Like for what reason?
Maybe you're going to sleep, you just turn it off.
No, why would I do that though? I haven't done that.
I feel like I turned it off at some point and then this problem started. That's what I feel. It's not a fact.
Why did you turn it off?
I was getting used to it. So you know how you're used to turning off sockets in the house?
Because I remember reading somewhere or something, they were like, when you're setting it up for the first time, like don't switch it off.
Like for how many days?
Until it goes green.
I didn't switch it off like before it went green.
Yeah.
It had already gone green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe try resetting it through the port, the 192 whatever. You know that port?
Yeah.
Like how you log into your miner. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know that port.
Yeah. And then just try resetting it from
resetting, huh? Because I've tried like rebooting it from there.
You tried rebooting.
Now maybe resyncing or something like that. I don't know what that would do. But I don't have any data, so I have nothing to lose. 0 data, guys. 3 days. But apparently that's normal. What I've heard is that's a normal thing.
It's very normal.
In 3 days you don't make anything. Welcome to the club.
Bro. Even I don't get. There's some days, dude, I went a week with like
0.
Flatlined, bro.
And yet you had been making some shit before.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
There's a few cents.
$1, 40 cents, you know. And I'm laughing about it now because I used to feel bad about it. I ain't gonna lie. It used to suck. I didn't enjoy it. Especially coming from like my other miners where I plugged them in and they're making some cash consistently. And then this one, I've connected it and then it's not making anything with the stock antenna, which I was like, it's okay. It's the stock antenna. I'm not really expecting it to make some cash.
Then when you got this other shit.
I got a 6 dBi and this is like 30 meters up. And I connect the 6 dBi on the balcony. There it did something, but nothing crazy. So it made like around 40 cents.
You're like, that's
and I was like, oh, okay. That's what it feels like, you know. I start wearing a tie. I'm like, I'm Mr. Rich now. Call my bank. I'm like, hey, yo.
Tell me the budget.
So I made 40 cents and I'm like, okay, this is different. Maybe it's going to like start progressing, you know.
It's incremental.
Yeah, I thought maybe even in like the weakest situation, at least I should be making like $3 or something like that. You know, not like 40 cents. Then that's like the norm. So after it made that 40 cents, it went up, made like 70. I was like, oh, okay, it's going good. And then nothing.
Just went dead.
It just went dead. Then nothing again. And then it makes like 20 cents. Then one day it makes $1. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm not high enough. And then I got an 8 dBi, right? And went on the rooftop now. So now I'm like really high. I'm like above all the buildings with no disturbances. And I connected it. There was kind of a change where nowadays I started making over $1, right? Which I guess is better than the 40 cents.
I mean,
so yeah, it's either $1, $1.70. On some special day I made like $2 something.
Hey, you're punching air at that point.
Yeah. So even the $2, honestly speaking, I was still feeling bad about it. But the reason I started kind of feeling better about it was after I started like doing some research, going on Reddit, going on Twitter, and like interacting with other people. I just saw other guys that are like
you
in
saw
worse,
how well you are doing.
Yeah, other guys are like in some serious bad, like guys are flatlined for like a month. So we've got
That's
like,
whack.
imagine, bro, and like you've done everything.
How
to
long
the
did
best.
you flatline for you, like from the jump? How long weren't you making anything?
It was like 2 days.
You started making shit after 2 days.
On like the third day.
Oh, because you set up now the antenna
Because I set
outside.
up the antenna outside, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I didn't live that long with the stock antenna. And mind you, the stock antenna didn't do shit.
I know.
It did nothing.
I am there.
So even like my first witness, when I was on the balcony, funny enough, there was another miner could find me. But I couldn't find them. Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Whack.
So now the only difference is when I went like really high, now other people are able to find me and I'm able to find them as well. That's the only difference that I've seen. So like I've seen other guys like complaining. They're like, hey yo, I've only made 50 cents today. It's like, at least you, man. I've made 0.03. So like just see the dynamics of guys that are really not making anything. To me, making
and these are people
$1,
who are not in Africa.
it's global. It's
global.
It's globally, like not even like from one location, from like
different
places. So I'm like, hey, shit, I guess I'm not so bad.
I made $2.
I made $2, you know.
You type in there.
So yeah, of course it's still shitty. It's not really that much money in comparison
to what was promised.
Yeah.
Or the prospect.
Yeah, the prospects and the investment that you're doing. The miner itself really it's not that cheap. Maybe now it's cheaper because no one wants it.
It's not really by $3.
No, like
it's $97.
The Bobcat?
The Bobcat 300.
No, but I wouldn't even advise anyone to buy the Bobcat. I don't think it's a good miner.
Talk to us about that.
Okay. So before I bought
That's crazy.
Before I bought a helium miner, I did my research, right? And from my research, everyone was pointing, saying that the Bobcat is like the best miner, the best helium miner that you can buy. That's what everybody was saying. And there were so many that, not so many, there were like 3 or 4 other manufacturers, 3 manufacturers at that time that were also manufacturing helium miners. So what did I do? I went through with the helium because the research says the helium. I mean, I went through with the Bobcat because everyone was saying the Bobcat is better. So I got it, but then my experience with the Bobcat, I don't think it's a good miner because I know other people with like the SenseCap miner, and there's another miner, I've forgotten the name, because now I started like really just going to miners on the map to see which ones are performing the best with the setups that they have. So I'd literally see that, let's say there's a Bobcat with the same height as a SenseCap miner, right, with the same antenna, but the Bobcat ain't making shit. And then I'd find like a SenseCap that's making like 3 or 4 times more than the Bobcat. Then I was like, okay, maybe it's just this location. So now literally I started looking at different locations, right? And then now I come to our location, and guess what? The Bobcats are the ones that are not performing the best. It's the sense caps that are performing better. So like when the Bobcat has flatlined, these other things are still
making cash.
They're still making cash. You check out. So maybe I don't have the sense cap, maybe to give like a proper judgment, but just from my analysis and like what I've seen, I personally don't think Bobcat is a good helium miner, despite me having it.
Yeah, and that takes me back to what they're saying even on their website, because they are literally saying it's the #1 helium miner. Bobcat Miner 300.
I think it's cap, man.
You think it's cap?
I think it's cap.
God damn it. Well, we're in it. We're in it now.
I don't know, man. It flatlines a lot. Even right now, probably it's not online. Okay, it's online.
Okay, now I want you to take us through, because how many antennas do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2.
Okay, 3 including the stock.
The stock.
Yeah.
And then okay, these 2 are the 6 dBi and the 8 dBi, right?
8 dBi, yeah.
Now I want you to just maybe share with us what was your thinking behind getting each of them, and what their purpose is, and then their performances as well, based off of your experience.
Okay, so off the bat, that's what I'm saying, like the learning curve on this thing is quite big. So my thought process was, off the bat, I knew that to get more rewards, like better rewards, you needed a good antenna, a good cable, and good height, right? So if you have all those 3 things in check, and of course like a good internet, fast internet, that is not like going on and off. So that's what I knew in trying to get maximum rewards. So I really wanted to get maximum rewards so that I can ROI on my device as fast as possible, you know. So, but then now I had theory on the antenna that I thought would be best for my situation. So now I did some research, went online, looking at how the 8 dBi spreads, looking at how the 6 dBi spreads, and the 4 dBi, the distance it travels, and the width and the height, I guess, that it spreads across. But then I feel like I kind of looked at it wrong, because what I was thinking about was the distance that this thing was going to travel, not necessarily the spread, like going up and down. So my main antenna that I felt like I would need was the 8 dBi, because most of the miners in the area that I am are spread out. So I felt that I really needed to travel like long distances, and I felt like the 8 dBi would travel that distance. I didn't feel like the 6 dBi would like travel all the way, because I wanted to like capture as many people as possible. So I got the 8 dBi, but then I also got the 6. So I researched on the best company, like which antenna, like which company manufactures the best antenna. And at that time, from what I found, it was Rack Wireless. So everyone was just saying Rack Wireless, they have the best antennas. So that's the antenna that I got for the 8 dBi, because that's the one I was like investing more in. And then the 6 dBi, it was like a Chinese antenna. Yeah, not hating on Chinese products, but yeah, it was a Chinese antenna. It's performing well. It's not so bad, but yeah. So now that was pretty much my thought process in getting the antennas, and why I was getting those antennas. It's pretty much because I was trying to get like more rewards.
And you were just basically experimenting.
But the reality was furthest from the truth. Because I really thought it was going to be like a significant difference, but it wasn't. I tried the 8 dBi, I tried the 6. The differences were really not
significant.
That's significant that I can say that. Because like what I was really wondering was the locations that guys are making $50 a day, and maybe even $20 a day. So
$20 a day is such, like, I'll be fine.
Yeah. So those are the expectations that I came in with, and I feel like after doing all these things, I'd probably be able to get maybe not even the full rewards, but at least something close. I would even be satisfied with $10 a day, even 8 or 7. I'd be like, yo, that's okay. Yeah, considering the investment that you're doing, that seems kind of reasonable in this space. But to be making $0 a day for like a week, like, I don't think the network is really
catering to its people.
Yeah, and then now especially with what they're introducing with this 5G and making, did you know that the rewards for Helium, for the guys that have these antennas, these miners, right, the LoRa, whatever, it consists of 1% of the Helium rewards.
You know, was in that guy's video. The guy was telling you, Voice Coin.
Yeah. Talked about
it.
Yeah.
And then a lot of it is going to like the whales, like the guys who now do the validate, people who are internally inside like the Helium network, people who work on the programs, the devs, they are guys who are taking the biggest percentage.
Which honestly speaking to me doesn't make any sense. I don't know who the fuck comes up with these whatevers, because it honestly doesn't make any sense. And over 50% is going to go to the 5G, whatever, and all that type of stuff. But then, like, I'm looking at it as, I feel like the guys with the miners, right, with the first miners,
should be getting the most,
because they created the network. They've
invested. They believed in it fast,
and have put the network
to where
it is right now, and to give us 1%.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem logical. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But also, when you think about it, it's not a decentralized network. You know, so there are people behind it who are pushing for their own interests. You know, people who are making money from it.
I think we should all just switch off our miners.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
A nigga was making $50. You think he would listen? Would you do it if you're making $50? Somebody's like,
I wouldn't, but I feel like someone just needs to hack the network and just switch it off. Yeah, just to bring these guys back to their senses, you know? Because I think they're fucking with us. They're playing with us too much. Yeah, that's what I feel.
They're not catering to the little guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, they're really, like, focused on
the big guy.
Yeah. And it's them. They are the big guys.
Yeah.
So
they're the big boys. You're not chilling with the big
boys. You want to bamba. But yeah, so I guess we've covered. Is there anything else that of course we shall be filling them in as the months go by, because I mean we are in it. I'm not throwing out my miner for whatever case. Like, I'll have it on, whether it's making 0.5, I'll have it on. But
at this point I feel like it makes a good cup holder. It's a nice, expensive cup holder,
right there.
Let's put it on top of the fucking miner, because it ain't doing shit, you know.
Facts. But we'll keep you guys in the loop, because this was literally like a free-flowing conversation. If you've listened to our past videos we've done together, it's been more structured. Here we've just been venting almost. I don't
even think we vented like for real.
We could go in.
Yeah. It was more of like surface level. I honestly feel like the Helium network is useless.
It's really shit right now.
I think it's useless. Of course, maybe the network is. I mean, the
use
network,
case, the utility.
Like the markets are low and all that bullshit and nonsense. Like, I understand that, but the network itself just seems like it's just going downhill. They're making a lot of money, and
it looks like it's prepping for a rug pull.
That would be wild.
They leave us with this Internet of Things.
One time.
All of you are miners. Good for
That
you.
would be a good rug, though. Don't care. I don't know why nowadays I find
It came in
rugs
like
funny.
2017. You know, that's when it pulled up. So
Yeah.
it has tried to solidify itself nicely.
Yeah. That would be a nice rug, yo. If you guys rugged us,
That would be whack.
hats off to you.
It would be whack.
It would be whack, but
It would be whack.
that would be a good one. If you guys
You
are
would
planning
respect them. You'd
I'll
be
res-
like, okay.
I'll respect them. I'll be like, yo, they did a long con.
Straight. And they must have made billions from that shit.
I think they've already made billions.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're not caring. Helium, if you hear this shit, I mean it.
Yeah. You've already mentioned your miner here, so
I'm
you're
going to cut it. I'm going to cut it off.
You just find what's the name of his miner?
Let's cut it off. You receive 0 for the next 2 years.
I mean, I'm already getting 0.
No difference.
Unless now maybe it starts pulling out money from your soul
That
or
would be
something.
wild.
Negative 500.
That would be wild. It
Now you're
uses
dead.
your payment method and starts pulling money. Whatever money you put in your paper. I had $500. Just sips it. But yeah, that is there anything else that you want to talk about regarding the miners or the Helium network itself?
I don't buy it.
The Bobcat Miner in particular, or just everything to do with Helium?
Actually, there's some miners that were going for $170. Helium miners, which I honestly feel like it's worth that. I feel like if I had bought my Bobcat for $100, I
And
wouldn't
you're making
feel.
$1 a day.
I wouldn't feel as shitty. Yeah. Even if it was like 150, 170. Honestly speaking, that's what I feel like it's worth. $500 is too expensive for such a shitty miner. I think at most $200. Nothing more than $200 for that useless miner. But now the current prices that are going right now is they're going for like $179 for other Helium miners. And then there are promos there as well, so you probably buy for like 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
So you'd basically implore whoever is watching to, if they're interested in getting into the space.
Yeah, if you're interested, no financial advice, but
Never.
it's never financial advice. If you're interested
Never.
on getting a Helium miner, don't buy the Bobcat. It's a waste of money. Buy the cheapest.
This is said by 2 owners. Huh?
Buy the cheapest one you can get. Probably one of those that are going for like $170. If you can get one free, even better.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be stressed either way.
You're going to have to get antennas. You're going to spend. I know what it
You're
is.
still going to spend,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I honestly feel like they should give us this shit for free.
Yeah, they should send us an antenna. If 6 dBi, if they're sending you like a 6 dBi antenna.
And
on
the
top,
miner.
And the miner
Yeah,
itself.
it should be free. Of course, you'd still be stressed. But I'd be like...
A system where maybe they take up a cut of your earnings.
Of your earnings. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
For free.
Yeah.
You make 50, they take 25.
Yeah.
Half of that.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But now you're investing $500, $600, and then now you buy, in total, you end up spending like $1,200
At this point,
to make
yeah.
60 cents, bro. Like,
Doesn't make sense.
you're better off just buying the HNT. Just buy the token
Yeah.
and just hold it.
That's true.
Yeah.
You probably make more money than...
And stake it. Just hold and stake the coin.
These are ideas.
Instead of buying the mine. It's useless, man. I wish I could break it on camera right now.
Don't do that. If you're so tired of it, pass it. I'll keep it for you.
Do a video, breaking the Bobcat.
That shit will get views. People would be like, no, it's like.
I've had enough of it. The 60
And then you
cents.
send it in an email to the Bobcat support.
Yeah, I'd have to piss on it as well.
Your miners.
And then package it, just send it back.
Send it to them.
Yeah, your shit.
That would be wild. That would be beef, though. That would be
It's
beef.
beef, bro.
Beef.
These guys are ranking us slow, bro.
Yo, but we hope things get better, man. Like, because I remember when I was getting in, one of the things that was really motivating me is, this prospect of making. I was looking at over $200. I was fine with that. I remember it was $1,000. It was like maybe $500.
Yeah.
That I was thinking. I was like, yo, $500. No, I'll wait. And now getting to access the product and to see what's going on, I feel like the cost is way more than even money. It's like it's emotional, it's psychological. There's a lot of cost to having to mining helium right now on the Bobcat.
Dude, when did the Bobcat come out? The mine itself?
I'm not sure.
Was it 2020?
Yeah, it could be.
Could be 2020.
Could be.
I honestly feel like that was the best time. Like you see, like right now, what we're going through, I think would have made back our money plus as well. So we would be talking from a place we've made back our money, but the network is shit. So wouldn't feel so bad. And yeah, I feel like if this was 2020, we would be having a different discussion right now.
Like, damn, bro, I made the cash, but you're shit right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easy. We'll keep you guys updated. We have more miner videos coming up. If you're interested in that type of stuff, we talk about everything crypto. Click the subscribe button. It's big and red down there. And yeah, remember to check out the unboxing and setup video that is also linked in the description and probably somewhere on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a myth that if you click that subscribe button, the Helium network is going to get better. So you'll be helping the network.
Heal the world.